How would you react if the person running to represent you in the United States Senate called American soldiers fat, lazy trash? It's not just a hypothetical question anymore, it is the burning controversy surrounding Graham Platner, the presumptive Democratic nominee for Senate in Maine. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you get the updates that matter. Graham Platner is a man who wears many hats, a Marine veteran, a former member of the Maryland Army National Guard, and a combat veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. But beneath the surface of his official campaign persona lies a digital history that is, quite frankly, shocking. Thanks to a recent investigation by the Washington Free Beacon, we now know that Platner operated a Reddit account under the handle phustle. Through this account, he launched a barrage of vitriol at the United States Army, describing the organization as absolute trash and claiming it is full of fat, lazy trash who would rather not be in uniform. These aren't just one-off frustrations. In 2019, Platner went after a decorated veteran, Teddy Daniels, who earned a Purple Heart after being shot by the Taliban. Platner didn't just critique Daniels' tactics, he cruelly remarked that the dumb motherfucker didn't deserve to live. Let that sink in for a moment. This is a man seeking a seat in the highest chamber of our government, openly suggesting that a wounded warrior who survived an attack from our enemies should have died. And the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Platner has openly identified as a Marxist and has used his platform to demean white rural Americans and even disparage the legacy of Navy SEAL Chris Kyle. In a 2024 interview, he suggested that Kyle, a legendary American hero, didn't actually rack up his confirmed kills through professional skill, but rather by failing to discriminate between combatants and civilians. It's a vicious, unfounded attack on a man who cannot defend himself. So, what does this actually mean for the Maine Senate race? It's a massive problem for the Democratic Party. Platner is the man tasked with unseating Republican incumbent Susan Collins. Now, top party allies like Elizabeth Warren are being forced to distance themselves, and the National Republican Senatorial Committee is calling his comments disqualifying. Even other veterans are speaking out. Adam Schwartz, a former Navy SEAL and current GOP Senate candidate, put it perfectly, "We don't make jokes about our brothers and sisters dying, that's not something we do, that's not normal." Platner has tried to walk it back, claiming his behavior stems from combat trauma and crude humor picked up in the Marines. He told the public, "I'm sorry for this. Just know that it's not reflective at all of who I am. I don't want you to judge me on the dumbest thing I ever wrote on the internet." But is it really just the dumbest thing he ever wrote? Or is this a consistent pattern of behavior that shows a deep-seated contempt for those who serve in branches other than his own? When you combine his insults toward the Army, his mockery of wounded veterans, and his radical political leanings, voters have to ask if he has the temperament required to serve in the United States Senate. This isn't just about party politics, it's about character. If someone is willing to mock a soldier for being shot while fighting the Taliban, can you trust them to make decisions about our national security or the lives of our service members? This is quickly becoming a defining issue in Maine, and the silence from his campaign when asked for further comment speaks volumes. So, what do you think about this? Does his history of comments disqualify him from holding public office, regardless of his trauma, or are we being too sensitive about things said on the internet years ago? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This situation is a stark reminder that in the age of digital archives, your past is never truly buried. Whether this will sink his campaign or if his supporters will brush it off as past behavior remains to be seen. But one thing is for certain, the heat on Graham Platner is only going to get turned up as the election draws closer. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.